guys, this is my Bystial control list that I've been testing with. It's been performing pretty well. It's definitely not better than like Snake Eye or anything, or even like close to Snake Eye, but like, maybe after the ban list, it'll get a lot better. Bystial's just really like well positioned right now in the meta, just because they hit Fiendsmith cards, they hit IP Engrave, and they basically just hit all the UL monsters, so they're pretty good against like the best two decks. So yeah, onto the list. 3 Lebellion, 3 Saronir, 1 Magna, 3 Druids, and 3 Baldrake. Drop Baldrake plus like, any Bystial, it's typically just game. Like it's really hard to deal with. And then we have 2 Dark End Evaporation Dragon does. So basically, if you don't know what this does, you banish a level 8 dragon from your X deck, you summon it, you're locked into dragons, and then you can use one of the effects. You either fusion summon using monster in your hand or field, or if you're going second, you could target an attack position monster, you make this card lose 500 attack and defense, and you destroy it. So we're also playing like Albaz, so we have a lot of level 8 dragons, Port Furious, Albion, Nubelion, we also play Mirror Jade. So Light and Darkness Dragon Lord, this is what you mainly want to summon most of the time. So it requires level 8 Light Dragon plus level 8 Dark Dragon. Has to be fusion summoned. And while if it's on the field, it's also dark. And then once per chain, if a spell, trap card, or monster effect's activated, they lose 1k attack and defense, and then negates the activation. And then if this card is destroyed, you get to reborn any dragon in your grave. So typically you make it with like Dark End plus Lebellion, then you have this. Typically you'd only do that though if like you don't have like any other hand traps or anything, because this does like it's a mandatory negate, so you won't be able to make like this plus like a hieratic seal. And then 3 Safer, Baby Dragons, white and black. Chaos Emperor Dragon. I decided to play this over Levineer just because this card gives us better follow up. I don't really think Levineer is needed. I never really missed it off of Magnamut. This card, however, is really good. Adds back Banished Dragon, then it's still gonna force out and negate just how Levy would, because your opponent still has to like negate the on-field effect that sends. It's an ignition effect that doesn't activate on summon. Um, so it's a little bit worse in that sense, but it's better follow up, so I think it might be better. And then the one Albaz, we are playing Mirror Jade, Albion, and Nubelion. Also Furious if that will ever come up. I mean, it might come with a little bit more Bystials, but yeah, so Mirror Jade's just like broken, and most time when you like set up your end board, you have like Seal plus either like IP or like a regained or something. You only are going to activate Seal when they have a monster summon from the X deck. That way you could summon Albaz and then fuse with it, or when they go battle phase to try and kill your Seal. In which case, if they have a light or dark, you can still just make Albion and Lebellion. And then 3 Black Metal Dragon and the Red MD. So 2 Regained and Beast, along with 1 Albion. So I wanted to up the count of Regained for 2 reasons. One being that Albion, if we don't want to send Albaz, because, we don't need, like, the attributes or anything, we could still just send Regain, then still have 1 in deck to play this off of Lebellion. And then also, it pairs up really well with Dark End, so we could just, like, draw immediately. Like, if we open Regain plus Evaporation, just activate Regain, activate this, banish, like, Furious or whatever, then just, immediately get the draw, so I figured it would be a lot better. And then we're on 1 Albion. I've like never like regretted drawing this card. Like it's just like a generally like decent card. It's just upstart and either it gets Regain in graveyard, so your Lebellion can place Beast, or it gets Albaz in graveyard. So if you have like too many Bystials, you have more attributes. And then Chaos Base, and then we're only on 9 hand traps just because we're maxed out on Bystials. You could definitely play more hand traps if you want to. Like you could cut a Regain, Albion, Chaos Emperor, or you could just cut Bystials, and you could probably play like 15 hand traps if you really want to. But yeah. So I saw Nib, Valor, and Ogre. So all of these like I put these 6 because they pair up with Nib really well, and I didn't want Imperm because if they start off with like Fiends and stuff first, then we're going to want a Bystial, and then the Imperm's dead. And Ogre also just beats Apo and IP, and those cards give this deck a lot of problems. So I figured Ogre would just be the best for this deck. Like this deck has a really hard time if the normal summon gets banished. So I figured Ogre would just be the best for that, just being able to hit the IP before they can make the SP. And then onto the X deck, Stark Dragon and Pisty. When the Blue Eyes link comes out, we're probably gonna play that, just because it's another link one, and probably play that over Pisty, and it points down, and you could also normal summon Valor to make it. So if you have like Valor plus Bystial, you can normal Valor, make Blue Eyes Link 1, and then you can go like Bystial banish it, or if you open like Black Dragon plus Valor, um, I'll show you what it does. My custom cards. Oh, here it is. Spirit with Eyes of Blue. So on summon, it adds Multi Wide, which we're not going to play. But basically, its summoning requirement is 1 level for lower dragon or spellcaster type monster. And it dragon locks you just like how Pisty would. And it's I think it's part of its effect. I'm not sure if it's conditioned or not. I'm not sure. It's not that like it matters though. But it points down. So maybe you probably play this in like normal Dragon Link 2, to be honest. I'm not sure there's. Yeah, you probably have X-Check space just because Savage and Baron are both banned. But on to the rest of the X-Check. Oh, you have IP and then SP for that. Dark. I don't think Dark is needed. If we're not playing like access code or anything, so I don't think it's needed. You could cut this. Probably like this card doesn't come up a lot, but when it does come up, it's pretty cool. And then 2 seal BLS. This card could also be cut for whatever. This card should probably be access code. That way it makes Dark better. But this card's also just really good against a lot of decks. Like it just not being able to be targeted or destroyed. Like a lot of decks just have difficult time dealing with that. Like Snake Eye actually like has a pretty like hard time dealing with this, other than just like attacking into it. Just because they can't Flamverge it and they can't Princess it. So just decent if you get into like a grind game. And then Atom, Angel, and then for the fusions, Light Darkness, Boral of Furies, Albion, Lubellion, and Mirror Jade. So Mirror Jade, like this pack actually gets a lot better, because in our side deck we're playing Gizmek Uka plus Quem. So what this card does is every time you're playing a normal special monster, you inflict 300 to them. And if a monster is summoned from your opponent's main deck, you summon this card from your hand, and then you target one of their face-up monsters, and you special the monster from your deck, whose attack equals its own defense with the same attribute. So basically, when they make like the mini underworld, then they go Requiem summon Fiendsmith, you activate this, you special out. This special summons out Ecclesia, and then Ecclesia activates, which is a quick effect. You tribute it, summon either a Swordsman monster or Fallen of Albaz from your deck. So you literally summon Fallen of Albaz, and then like if they have an X-Jack monster, you just go straight into Mirror Jade, or if they don't, you just like fuse with their Fiendsmith, make Albion, and then Albion make Mirror Jade. And then this card also is going to add itself back during the end phase, because when you activate Mirror Jade, it's an fusion monster. It triggers, so when a fusion monster enters your graveyard during this turn, you just get added back. So if you don't have like a normal summon or something, now you do have a light level 4 monster, which also just makes Chaos Angel. So it's just like insane follow up and insane interruptions. You get to remove 2 of their bodies. You get follow up, like you get follow up off Albion if you didn't have to use this to make the Mirror Jade. And you get follow up off Ecclesia, so you should have a free normal summon or like a discard. And then Phantasmes and Mulch Army. I just want like as many draw cards as possible, just because there's so many like just good cards in this deck. I couldn't really find space for the third Mulch Army. You could probably cut Cosmic if you want. But that's really the only thing, because like Skill Drain's broken, this is broken, Phantasmic's broken. So I'd probably, I'd probably either cut like a Phantasmic or a Skill or a Cosmic if you want to play a third Mulch Army. And then Skill Drain. This card just pairs insane with regains. Like once you get to the point where you have Skill Drain plus regain, the game's just over. Like your opponent just can't come back from that. Like regain just summons a Juris, we're back every single turn, and that's just impossible to deal with. And then Cosmic. This card's just for runic stun or whatever, or like it's good against Tempa. It's good against a lot of things. So like I said, this deck definitely like isn't better than Snake Eye. I think you could definitely compete with it though. So yeah, so let me know. Actually, do you guys like deck profiles on DB or like IRL more? Because I like them on DB just because like you guys see all the cards at once. But I know some people like them IRL. So yeah, let me know. So that'll be all. See ya.